Kelsey. I'm a disability claims specialist here at Resolute Legal. When you call our toll-free number or any of our offices, you're going to speak to me. I'll be the first one to gather your information. I'll be the first person to gather information about you, your claim, and then figure out the best way that we can help you. We get calls from people who need help appealing disability claims, so for long-term disability, or they need help appealing a Canadian pension plan disability claim. We also get people who are looking for a little guidance on applying for a disability program. It depends on your situation. So some disability claims are approved much quicker than other claims. So you may end up waiting a little longer. It just depends on your situation. The way our process works is we get all of everyone's information. We'll even get like documents during the consultation. Jen will gather documents. And then a lawyer is actually going to review the documents that you send in. And then from there, your case will determine if we're going to hire that case on. And at that point would be when you would get more frequent contact with a lawyer. Okay, so your disability claim first has to be in Canada to qualify. We only handle cases that are disability related. So we do sometimes get calls for people looking for assistance with employment, but we really only take disability related cases. We also look for like a loss of income. To qualify, you have to have like a long-term disability appeal, and that's a qualifier where you've had a loss of income because your benefits are being denied. CPP, we will take cases up until the Social Security Tribunal stage. Once they've already gone through the tribunal, those aren't cases that we take. Just because once you've gone through the tribunal, they're looking only for errors in law. We take workers' compensation cases where there's been a loss of income. As long as they have a disability claim in Canada that they feel they need assistance with, whether they're just worried about their long-term disability, if they are looking for some guidance on how to move forward. Those are all things that we can push someone through to have a consultation, get that information, and then we can even keep them on file. So with long-term disability, if you call us when you're worried, we can give you some information, take your contact information, so if something does happen in the future, we're ready to help. Information is power, so the more information that people get about their disability claim, the easier it is for them to come to us when they do need help or to get answers to their questions. So we can answer really general questions, so something that applies to everyone. So for instance, we can tell you what these basic qualifications are to qualify for Canadian pension plan. When people get into more specific questions that are legal, we can't answer those. It's very generalized questions. So any information that people can get from our guides are questions Jen and I can answer. So that's kind of how that goes. If the information's in the guide, Jen and I can go ahead and give them that information, and then usually I follow up those questions with our guide so they actually have reference material. Those are the questions Jen and I can answer. So anything that can be found on the website is the type of information Jen and I will give as well. It's very general. That's information that applies to everyone, and all long-term, all short-term, all EI sickness, CPP. That's information that's good for everyone. It's not specific to that person. So any information that's really specific to your situation is just not something we can provide. Because then it gets into your specific policy, and there can be things that vary depending on your denial, why you were denied, your specific situation, or your specific policy. So from there, we wouldn't know unless someone were to review the policy, the denial letter, and get all the information. So we'll review that information and be able to give you specific advice, and then determine, okay, from our standpoint, this is what we would do to help you with your claim. It depends on the situation. So sometimes, yes, having full representation is definitely the best way to go. Once we do our claim review of your situation, so we gather all the documents, you have your consultation with Jen, we'll be able to give you options on how we can help you. So if that's a one-time document review, then we'll tell you the best way would be for us to review these certain documents, and from there we could give you the answers to the questions. Or once we review, we might say, no, like this is a case where you do need someone to help you, and we recommend having full representation. So it's once we can review the situation. Now you can call in and say, I just want to have my policy reviewed, and we can do that. But sometimes that's not always necessary. So the best thing to do is go through the free consultation, answer all the questions, provide all the documents we need, and then from there we'll be able to give you the options on the best services we could offer you for your situation. So if it's a one-time service, we'll tell you that. If it's hiring us on for full representation, we'll let you know that as well. If we think you need full representation and you choose to hire us, we have this service where you get a 45-day walkaway. So you have up to 45 days to decide if you want to stick with us or not, if we're the right firm to represent you. And we're confident in the services we offer, and we think that you will still want to stay with us after the 45 days, but at least you have 45 days to make sure that we're the right fit for you. That's where I do find it situational, because if you're calling because you're just concerned about an upcoming appointment with your long-term, or you're just a little bit concerned about the change of definition coming, at that point we might not recommend any services. We might just recommend that you provide your insurance company with honest, to the point answers. But we do get a lot of calls where people are just worried, about an upcoming appointment or an upcoming meeting or an independent medical exam. And those situations can be stressful. It's a change in your claim. So at that point, we might just provide you with some information and take your information so that if something happens, we have everything on file and we're ready to help you. If you're thinking about reaching out to a lawyer, are just looking for some advice, or have some concerns, or just need some information, feel free to call. We're happy to help. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you can get notified every time we post a new video. Any questions or concerns you have, go ahead and give us a call.